Hey guys, it's Kay. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello. My name is Kay. I'm a professional home organizer and soprano here in the Boston area. This is Clover, and we're here to inspire you to live a more organized life. So today, I wanted to introduce you to one of my friends, Eliza Cantlay. She is a professional organizer that lives in Kansas City, and we met at a training seminar for a container store for contained home, and we've been friends ever since, and I thought I would share her with you guys. She's got some great tips on staying organized during the quarantine and what to do if you're overwhelmed, all kinds of fun things. So here is the interview I did with her. Enjoy. All right, thank you so much for joining me on my channel and telling all of viewers all the tips they can use to stay organized. But at first, I want to hear a little bit more about you and how you got into the field of organizing.
Hey. Okay, so I've been doing this for 10 years now, and I got started by mistake. 10 years ago, the economy was not great, much like today. And I was living with an aunt and uncle in Maryland and trying to job hunt, and it was just a bad economy to job hunt in. And so the way I dealt with my stress was by organizing pockets of their home, so different closets and drawers and cabinets. And finally, there was just not much more I could do in their home. And my aunt kind of said, "Have you thought about doing this for a living?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think people get paid to have this much fun." And she's like, "So, I don't think most people think this is as fun as you think it is." And so I just created a little Craigslist ad and a little Squarespace website. And then 10 years later, it's just, this was supposed to be my temporary job until I got into the Peace Corps. And by the time I got into the Peace Corps, I didn't want to do it anymore because I was having so much fun doing this.
I love that story. Because I feel like that sounds like a lot of other people's stories where we're organizing and we're like, wait, people pay for other people to do that? That's weird.
It's a dream come true.
It really is, because it's so much fun. In a sick kind of, but therapeutic way, right?
Absolutely.
Definitely. And wait, do you feel okay about telling people where we met?
Oh yeah, we met in training for the Container Store in Dallas, where the headquarters is. Was there an official name for that program? Contained Home.
Contained Home.
Yeah, we are former Contained Home. We're Contained Home rebels, I guess.
I think we're Contained Home rebels. So what is your favorite part about getting clients organized? What is your favorite part of your job?
Okay, I have two answers for this. One is I love the connections we make as organizers and the stories we get to hear. I just feel like it's such a privilege to be let into people's homes and lives. And we just learn super personal things about our clients. And it's a gift to be able to be let in like that. I mean, even if we're total strangers and we don't see our clients outside of, official organizing sessions, I feel like we get to be let in, and that's really special.
It is really special. That's a very, I feel like people's homes is a very intimate kind of environment because it's, all the stuff that they don't let everyone else see. It's the most close part of themselves that, before you could really get to the inside of somebody,
Yeah, I love that part the best. And then the other part is I love organizing. I mean, that's my title, is I'm a professional organizer. I love putting things in order and labeling, but I think my favorite part is empowering people to live with less and realize how much happier they can be with less. The decluttering part is my bread and butter, even though I love wielding my label maker too.
The decluttering is really, I feel like the most important part, don't you think?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Both are important, but decluttering's great.
How do you think then having organized home is important to people's mental health?
I feel like when you declutter and organize your space or your office or your car or your email inbox, I think it clears the way to what's really important. I think you and I really love the process of organizing, but a lot of people don't. And for them, it's about clearing away the obstacles so that they can get to what they do really love.
I like that. I like that.
It's a means to a happier end. Unless you love the process.
Yeah. So I know that being in a really cluttered space will make me feel a little stressed out, a little anxious. How do you think that being in a really organized space will make people feel?
I think it gives you more confidence at home, more peace, more clarity, that feeling that you have a grip. And I feel like with everything that's going on right now, we as a species feel really powerless.
Hmm.
And having a space where you know where everything is and you know how to access it and you're making your stuff work for you gives us back some of the power that we feel like is lost right now.
So, what is an easy organizing task that like anyone can complete right now? Because I know we're all inside our homes, we're all feeling a little anxious. What is something really easy that somebody could tackle and feel really good about? Maybe give somebody some momentum to tackle some more challenging projects.
Yeah, great question. I would say definitely to focus on things with expiration dates, um, meaning basically your pantries and your bathrooms. And I think there are two reasons for this. I think one is because if you're overwhelmed and you tend to get stuck on the question of like, do I keep this or toss this? I think an expiration date just, makes it really easy to make that decision. And I also think that right now, those two areas, food and toiletries and medicines, are like the two areas we need right now in this specific crisis that could save our lives. So easy and life-saving, basically.
That is a great answer. I love that answer. And lastly, I wanted to ask you about if they decide to go and tackle a bigger project, let's say like organize their closet or, organize a toy room or something like that, that's kind of a bigger project. What happens when people get overwhelmed? What should they do if they really don't know where to start? What's your best advice for them?
Oh yeah, good question. I have three tips of advice for this. My number one is to macro organize before you micro organize. So if let's say you're doing clothing, it's best to make general macro piles. Like for example, like put all your jewelry in a pile, but don't organize it yet. And like put all your shirts, put all your dresses, put all your socks. So make those macro categories, and then after you've done that, micro organize. So go into your jewelry and now do necklaces, bracelets, rings, and go into your shirts and do sleeveless, short sleeve, long sleeve. I think people get less overwhelmed when they start with bigger picture stuff and then go micro.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be my first tip for a big overwhelming space. And then the second piece of advice I have is to start by purging. Don't worry about organizing because there are so many options for how to organize things, but purging and decluttering is so much simpler. So start by setting up, empty boxes and bags around the space for trash, recycling, shred if you're doing your office, donate, and just do that. And then once you've figured out what goes, then you worry about organizing the keepers. And then my third tidbit for this would be try to just do one item at a time. I know that some of my clients with ADD and ADHD tend to do this thing. I don't know the technical term for it, but I call it shuffling. So they might go through a pile of mail and like look at the first piece and then kind of unconsciously pick up the next piece and then put it in the hand with the first piece. And so I try to hide all their mail from them and put it on my lap and then show them one item. And I'm like, you only have to make a decision on this one item. And once you do, I will show you the next item. So I think if it gets overwhelming, just pick up one item and do not put it down until you've made a decision. And that said, it's totally okay to have an I'll think about it pile as long as you commit to revisiting it at the end.
Well, that is a very good, that's an excellent answer. And it was so funny as you were going through the whole like micro organizing thing. I was just writing a DIY plan for somebody saying that exact same thing, like the exact same thing. Yes, it was so insane. I was like, we're all the same. We're all the same. Well, not all the same, but like, I feel like a lot of the methods that, we choose to incorporate work really well. And, again, you were saying, which I think is great, is there are a lot of different ways to organize things, after you get to a certain point, like, because certain people need to see things, certain people like to have things in boxes and not look at them at all, et cetera, et cetera. But I feel like the path to get to that point where things can vary is very similar for most people. And I feel like there's some general concepts that work really well. That I think most people should be successful with. So thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me and talk with my viewers. Tell the viewers how they can get in contact with you, what your website is, and how they can work with you virtually.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. So my company name is Simplicana, and the website is simplicana.com. It's simplicana.com. And so we have a shelter and home order right now in Kansas City, Missouri, and I miss working face-to-face with my clients, as I know you do too. But we are offering virtual services in the meantime. So if you snap a photo of a space, like I did a master bathroom last week, she sent me photos of the master bathroom, all the cabinets and drawers open, and then measurements for those cabinets and drawers. And I was able to send her back a step-by-step organizing plan. And then I was able to hyperlink specific items and containers that she could purchase that would look really good and fit in her specific space. So we are doing that. If you live in the Kansas City area, we're selling gift certificates discounted right now for 10% off for when we can meet face-to-face. So buying now will save money later. I do have a talk that I give called Simplify 101, and in it I talk about the Sinister Six, which is like the 6 reasons I hear over and over again about why people have a hard time letting go of things. And so I will be doing a recording of that talk, and people can purchase a copy.
That's excellent. That's so cool. And before we go, we have to see Puppy. We have to see Puppy. Puppy on screen for everybody, because we got Puppy fans on YouTubes.
Come here, little guy. This is Petrie. Oh, he's being shy. Hi. Can you say hi? He's hi. Like, disturb me from my nap.
All the nation's dogs are winning right now. I swear. They are like so happy.
We've had so much good quality time together, going on lots of WALKs. And
oh, I love that you can't say the word.
No, I can't say the word, or else he'll look at me, and I've got a few more things to do before we do that today.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I don't want to keep you from your WALK. But thank you so much for joining us, Eliza.
Hey, this was awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good to see you again.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that fun interview I did with Eliza. I hope you guys really take advantage of her stuff. I will link everything down in the description below, her blog, her website, all contact information if you want to work with her virtually. So I hope you guys are having a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are. Even Clover. Oh my gosh, he's down here, he's asleep. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Let's pretend like we haven't spoken in the last 15 minutes, and I'll ask you how you're doing. Okay. Hey, sorry. I'm so awkward today. I really am. I don't know what it is. All right.
I know. It feels super awkward. I get it.
It does. It really does.